Namato Ratanatayassa. May I pay homage to Triple Gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello everyone. So today is Friday the 14th of August 2020. And as usual, this is Ajahn Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. So as usual, this is an online Dhamma talk to be with you during this pandemic. And if you follow the news about it, then the whole world again getting a new phase or a second phase of this pandemic, and suffering everyone. And here in Aberdeen as well, since last week, the spike has gone up. Now the confirmed virus positive results are 198, and connected cases are over 1,000. So it's within 1 week the spike has gone quite high, and as a result Aberdeen is still locked down. And the same thing with this virus all around the world, increasing number of people tested in a positive. Now this is the time, not like we were shocked when we got it, but this is the second phase. Sounds everyone more relaxed, but still need to be careful. So hi Margaret, Karina, Manish in London. I hope you're keeping well and keeping safe. I hope you're not going back to driving again. And Karina, I hope you also getting ready for yourself. And thank you very much for your information and your upgrade on your practice. It's quite joyful and happy to hear your progress in the meditation. So keep practicing. Margaret, I hope you're still shielding yourself and not going out and about despite of the weather nice, and just being in a back garden you're enjoying. Although you may have seen Aberdeen is such a wonderful weather, I hope you didn't go out and about. And Gautam in India, it's quite sad. The number of people got virus increasing so massively. I hope in your area you're keeping well too. Anish in Thailand, you also I hope that you're also keeping well. So Anish, she's my private doctor, always checking me on my blood pressure and how am I doing with my thyroid and how am I keeping my health up to date or not. So thank you checking me at all the time, and also helping me developing my Thai language. And Jojolapa, Nepal, okay. So Suki Hos, Manish, not back yet, okay. So anyway, right, this is just here to talk to you in a basic term. I haven't talked to you all in the past. I was purely focusing on like the topics that I wanted to finish as soon as possible, but I haven't done it yet. We still have to go through a couple of topics. Right, Margaret, in a garden, never been out anywhere, right? So you're fully sealed. And if you need anything, that shopping or medicine, Margaret, just let me know. I can go and drop it to you. So it's good because of your health condition and age. Better to seal yourself. I have ordered a couple of our centers members as well not to travel, and if they are using, mostly they are using public transport, so I told them not to come and not to use the public transport in Aberdeen during this time of pandemic, and especially the number is growing so fast every day. Now within this 28 people, those who are tested positive in Aberdeen, 16 of them are from known as they're going to drink in a pub. Okay, so this is the time that we all need to be mindful and careful, and that's the reason I thought today I will speak with you all and sharing. And thank you Dakila Nandakila from Nepal, and she recently posted news about the center in Aberdeen and about the work at the center as a news, international Buddhist activities news broadcast in Nepal. So thank you very much for that news as well. Right, that's really good, Margaret. Everything you're shopping online, you're very high tech, and meditation delivered. Oh, meditation delivered from Kingswell. I hope that means medication. Right. So today again is Friday. So, and the weekend is coming. A weekend sounds not that great as compared to last week. But hey ho, anyway. So, let's go to the topic of the day. Okay, so today at the center as well, I've been busy as usual with the connection, building the bridge with the other people and other organizations. And also was giving what's called leading the sermon this afternoon at 2 o'clock in London, and giving a short reflection, and I was following all other activities within that event. So, and now, as you may have known, that since the lockdown there are so many online activities available that you can join, and many of them are like so good that you cannot cover all of them. Okay, but yet there are some that I have to join and I have to assist like that. And meanwhile, there are other responsibilities at the center too that kept myself in a way busy, mentally busy. Physically appear not to be, but mentally kind of blurred sometimes, and sometimes I have to think of words to speak. So today I want to go like easygoing. I hope you don't mind, okay? And I hope it doesn't discourage you to continue listening about me gossiping about myself. So this morning, after we had a chanting and meditation, we went for a little walk and one round, and it was lovely to see the sheeps around, and particularly that sheep was a black sheep, and there is a saying that a black sheep is a kind of different than all the white ones, and there are sayings of if you do something different than the crowd, you are a black sheep. In a way, I am a black sheep in my family. No one wanted me to be a Buddhist monk, and they all wanted me to get married and get the children and establish a home, fight with the brothers and sisters for the heritage, and complain about the wife or complain about the children, and beating or fighting, drinking, like that. But somehow my karma brought to be the monk, and again, after being a monk, become a little bad monk. So my nickname at the center, people began to say that, oh, you're more than a monk. Drive a car, weeding, planting, cutting, gardening, what else? You just name it. As you may have seen, all other jobs, all other activities that monks are doing at the center. I think I did mention one time that people were complaining me weeding or cutting the branches, pulling the grasses, which is against the Vinaya. So I have to ask forgiveness from the Buddha that I have been doing this against the Vinaya. Yes, that's right, Margaret. I have got the mobile phone, and this is a mobile phone, iPhone 7. But unfortunately, it's not mine. You see, I was given to use it last year, and I'm still using it. And then I do have to return it back once I got the new one. Probably that's the reason I am not going to buy a new one yet. But this year, this iPhone been very, very useful. I must say thank you for a person who has given me to use it. Yeah, this mobile phone. Otherwise, during this pandemic, since the since the first week of April, I've been online giving talks, chanting online, guided meditation, attending the meetings, and giving lectures and giving Dhamma talks in different parts of the world. Would not have possible if I haven't got this mobile phone. So this is a benefit from having this new technology. Okay? And in a way, monks are supposed to be a very simple and like a very poor, but I am a little bit posh to have this iPhone and internet. I remember a few years ago when I started to drive a car, people were so amazed to see the monk driving a car, going down and say, "Oh, you are very posh." And I thought, okay, is it for posh or is it for convenient? And then before that, when I was using a mobile phone, at that time I think iPhone 5, I think, when a group of people came to the center, that was in Aberdeen City, Constitution Street, and they were very enthusiastic and wanted to learn Buddhism and practice of meditation, and having seen the Buddhist monk, and they thought that a Buddhist monk should be like, nothing and simple, far away from the televisions and the mobile phones. And so as soon as they came into the flat and they saw me holding an iPhone, I think that was a 5, I forgot now, and they said, "Oh, you're a Buddhist monk. How could you use a mobile phone?" Okay. That was another aha, something like that. I was surprised for that. And then later on, when another group of people came to the center, and that was during the lunchtime, and then there are a group of people, Thai people, came to the center to offer a lunch, and they made delicious pork and barbecue chicken, and some other soups and salads, and offered to the monk. And then when I began to take it in my bowl, and then this group of people were just watching, and then I began to complain, "Oh, you're a Buddhist monk. How could you eat the meat? You're supposed to be vegetarian." And that was also So then after a meal, I had to sit down and explain to them what does the food mean, and then what, as a Buddhist monk, should practice the tradition of offering. And later on, that led me to write an article, as article that I developed by myself, calling myself Platarian rather than vegetarian or non-vegetarian, simply Platarian. But now, rather than saying a Platarian, I should have said bowltarian because we eat in a bowl. So whatever falls in a bowl, we eat it. So it's like that. I will take you more into the back of the history. I think I did mention some times ago that when I used Facebook for the first time, around 2008 or 2009, or probably 8. During that time, Facebook was just beginning to introduce in the UK, and somehow I got the news, and then I just joined that Facebook, and then I began to contact with the people and talk to the people, and somehow there was one lady. She came from somewhere in Warwickshire, yeah, and then we exchange email address, and then we had a short conversation through the emails about the Buddhism and Buddhist culture in Asia and in the West. And somehow she found me on a Facebook, and that's how it's become a so much bigger story. And then those days no monks were using, so I had to go and speak with the monks in the meetings and explain what is going on and why it is that. So, and I even was told to close down my Facebook page, and which I did for a couple of months, and that's simply because the senior monks advised me to close it down. And now you can see hardly you could find any monks hasn't got the Facebook page. So I've been a really bad monk. So now Facebook has become so kind of dominated the whole society. Not only the normal people, but also the monastics are using the social media as a form of reaching out to people and teaching and giving talks and guided meditations. And particularly this time of a lockdown, and if there is no social media like Facebook or Zoom or XSplit or something like that, all the temples will be completely locked down and would not know what's going on. I remember a couple of days ago when I was talking to one of my friends in Nepal, and he said, that's really good that we got a Facebook. Otherwise, we do not know whether you are still alive or dead. Right? So, like that. So that's why these are some of the stories that I just want to tell you. Now, these old stories sounds like fun, sounds like good, sounds like entertaining, and I presume you probably laughing at me of these stories, right? But when we look at it in the Buddha's teachings, in terms of the Buddha's teaching, here the third factors in Eightfold Noble Path, which is the right speech, and one of within the right speech, it is divided into 4 categories. Okay, and one of them is useless talk. Okay, meaningless talk, and that's what I'm doing now. Okay, and this is also a form of not right speech. Okay, but I hope this gives you more understanding about monastic life. So this is a part of although I supposed to be speaking that this is not the right speech, but I am speaking on this, okay, and sharing this let's call it meaningless stories about my my experience, my experience. So this is I call it meaningless or useless, but I hope this is not a useless to you all. Maybe help you to understand monastic lives in the UK and as well as in Aberdeen, particularly my individual personal stories and personal life story. So this is monk life, and among this, what we need to know that under the factor of a right speech, the first one is we need to speak truth. So I believe I'm telling the truth about myself. And I do know that these are the stories that I'm telling you is the truth. And the second is that you're not talking what is called gossips. There's another particular word, what is it called? Pisunaya Wajaya. Slander. The word is slander. So this is not a slander or not causing any trouble to another person, or the gossip. This is not about the gossiping other people. So this is also, in a way, I am free. Now I'm justifying myself that I'm speaking the truth. Okay, don't take me wrong. And don't believe me, what I'm saying is the truth as well. Okay, this is the teachings of the Buddha. Okay, so and then the third one. Okay, third one is called the insult. Okay, or insult or cruel or a harsh word. So this is what I'm saying is not the cruel or a harsh. Basically, this is the Buddha prevented to people to speak any harsh or crude words, because our tongue is, some people said, or I think wise people said, that our tongue is boneless weapon that can destroy more than the weapon. So this boneless tongue can make peace and as well as can create a war. And this you can see from the history. So many wars simply broke due to someone's speech or someone's words. And there are meantime so many other histories that simply brought peace. And in this pandemic time, we all rely on officials, particularly like a first minister in Scotland, or Boris Johnson, as in the whole UK. We rely on their announcement, their policies, the leaders of it, and all the words they say. So they need to be very careful of what they are saying, because that affects all of us, all people, those who are living in the UK. So they need to be very mindful of that. And if they are saying wrongly, then that affects all of us. So that's why the words are so powerful that can unite or divide. And as a result, we need to be very, very careful of what we are saying. And in the meantime, if we are saying the truth, then we don't need to worry about. In the meantime, Buddha didn't say that you got the truth you're saying without considering the time and a person. You need to be mindful of the time that you are saying the truth and the person that you are saying the truth. Otherwise, you may be in trouble too. Okay? So that's what the third one is: always speaking gentle and kind. Okay, and when you are speaking, again, uplifting, helping others to feel that it is helping them to live or uplifting their livelihood, rather than making them feel down or bullying ways that may affect their life, rest of their lives. So this is also one thing that we need to be very mindful of this. And the last one, which is also called the useless that I mentioned, or meaningless talk. And in that case, we need to be mindful of what we are saying, and if possible, moderate speech. And sometimes you may have to stay silent, other time you have to speak. And again, silent alone doesn't justify the truth. Sometimes your silent means yes, particularly if you are in a courtroom and the judge is asking you. That moment you cannot be silent. If you're silent, that means you're accepting all the accusations. So you need to open up and speak it out. And other times you may have to keep silence, because knowing the truth. And Buddha used this technique a lot to deal with a difficult trouble, different people to deal their lives. Okay, so this is what is known as the right speech. And in terms of this right speech, and if you go back on the series of the talk that I gave 2 months ago on the five precepts, I have said, or I have talked quite a lot on that topic, possibly 2 months ago. So I think July, and sometimes July. Or you can go to our YouTube channel and you can go to the playlist where there is a series of 5 precepts talks, and you will find there under the heading of Musawada. So that is there to listen. So this is what I conclude for today. And before I'm going away for the chanting and the meditation, I just would like to announce that our annual Katina robe offering will be on the 4th of October. So you are all welcome to join, or can be a part of sponsoring the center by different ways. And that will be, hopefully we can organize at the center, and by that time the situation will get better. So that's the reason we are also working hard on the barn, so we can use it, because in the past we used to hire a hall, and now, which is unlikely, but we have to rely on our own resources. So this is just one more announcement for today. Meanwhile, thank you everyone for listening and supporting and bringing a dana to the monks, to the center, and also asking all the questions and discussions, and those who have got the feedbacks, posting those feedbacks, and I will try my best to reply as soon as possible as well. So with this, may you all be well and happy and stay safe. Take care. Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow again. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you, and in a few moments time we will have chanting and guided meditation. You are most welcome to join with us. Otherwise, see you tomorrow at 6:30. Thank you and take care.